there. But he is the scout main from NA, a bit of an upcoming player, so we'll see if he can make some magic happen here.
And we are going live into this game. It is Velocity Esports taking on Night Dogs in our second last open match at Esports Arena's Rewind 2. Players you can see on your screen now, we're going to be running up to that mid fight. It is Jarrett and Hedgehog Hero up on Demo Man. Going to be trying to get some spam down as the fighting's happening here. Pipe's going off across Hedgehog Hero, trying to get some damage. There's a big bomb in here. Pete going to be the first one taken down on Velocity, but Uber's not far behind, and Monkey Jedi going to be taken down there. Though that's no medic on the side of Night Dogs and only 3 alive still on Velocity. Showstopper going down, and they're already on Bear right after he gets taken down. It looks like Polar is going to be able to get that frag, so excellent job by him, sort of equalizing the thing and allowing his team to win this mid.
Yeah, surprisingly, first mid, fairly decisive from the side of Night Dogs. Soldiers doing big damage there. You saw Polar towards the tail end of that fight get a crucial pick onto Bear, the medic over on Velocity. So Night Dogs going to be able to take this midpoint, not really building right now with their med, so they're actually losing potential to get this Uber here.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate on their side. They've also let Velocity set up here on second. I mean, they didn't have a whole lot of players left alive after that mid-fight, but Velocity are going to be able to set up here, so with both medics going down, it is going to be even Uber charges and Velocity. They're not out of it just yet. The first fight they may have lost, but there's a lot more to a game than just the first fight. So about 50% already from Bear, and Bear's one of the best Uber builders that you've seen, especially recently out of the North American scene. And you can kind of tell right here, Monkey Jedi's picked up the pace certainly, but Bear is getting started with that building just a little bit sooner, and because of that, they have slight ad. I doubt they'll push off of it. They're not really in position, and they wouldn't know, but still, great job by him.
Yeah, so Velocity at this point expecting a soldier to fly in through choke, or maybe a play I'm partial to, which is the double soldier bomb on the flank, try to get a pick onto the enemy roamer or scout. Hedgehog is doing his best to spam the choke here, and Velocity is trying to peek. They want to get some information as the soldier bomb is going to come through choke here, landing in Polar, taking so much damage. He goes down to the pocket scout of Shamu, defending his medic in great fashion. Now Velocity, they're gearing up to push through house.
Yeah, Showstopper wanting to lead the charge. There are some stickies they got to take care of. Make sure Showstopper is going to be on that. Pops Uber charge off, just getting aggressive here. Does get the force out of Monkey Jedi pretty early, so not going to be too big of an issue. They got to make sure Bear gets out. There's a soldier still trying to pressure here, but he's not going to be able to get anything crazy. And there are still some fighting players over in choke, but it more seems like that was just sort of a pop in, get out, reset. Nobody really went down.
Yeah, Pete, partial to that ornament, always flinging that at the enemies. Interesting choice. One of the only scouts who does it, I think, but he loves doing it. And you can see another one flying across the background. But Night Dogs relegated to just holding this midpoint. Unfortunately for them, that could have actually been a great situation. The Velocity Uber, you pretty much have to pop as soon as you walk out of that house door due to the potential stickies above it, all the soldier spam. So they popped early, but the Night Dogs medic Monkey just got a bit scared with that Uber coming in. He popped too early without actually taking any damage. So a bit of a mistake there is, you know, if they held on to that Uber longer, they might have been able to catch out some of the Velocity players, which would have opened up a push. But at this point, we're just back to a stalemate situation here. As Velocity just expecting a similar play. Polar probably just going to jump through choke, see if he can land on Bear. Shamu just gearing up once again to defend. Yeah, Polar is in. He's in very deep. Not going to be able to connect anything. He does go down. Showstopper weak on HP, but doesn't matter too much. He's going to get the heals.
Yeah, got a bit of damage down onto the scouts and soldiers, but not really what you're looking for when you're bombing into Badlands second. We'll see the plays from Velocity. Last time they just Ubered in on Showstopper. They might want to try that again. They were kind of getting in position, but eating a bit more spam this time and choosing just to back off. It feels like Velocity are deciding just to hold off because of this. So not going to be any sort of a response just yet, but we'll see what the next play is from Night Dogs. I'm expecting they have something up their sleeve to try to break through this hold that Velocity's got on second.
Yeah, Polar, he's going to try to switch it up here, and the rest of Night Dogs just eyeing out for any potential aggression from the Velocity flank. But Velocity seems content with just playing it safe and letting Night Dogs go for some sort of attempt. Polar just on the rotation here, see if he can find someone.
Yeah, he's still sort of running around, and he takes his first shot on his scout standing still. Takes the second one, hits the body shot, but now taking heavy spam from the soldier and gonna have to back off. So Velocity definitely gonna know that there's a sniper on the field now, and yeah, the first shot not quite successful, but he's gonna get a few more attempts. I mean, they didn't lose anything. Polar was actually a little bit close to being taken down, but thankfully was able to hit some nice surfs there. So able to keep his life, and Chrissy getting a little bit low in some soldier spam, but really what Night Dogs are banking on right now is the sniper play.
Yeah, Velocity, they realize that Polar is on the sniper, and due to that, there's not going to be as much soldier spam, and the flank soldier, the roaming soldier, is the one who really is going to deny the house area. So you can see because of that, the Velocity players are getting so aggressive. They're Showstopper with the aggro peaks, but Christy doing a good job keeping them at bay. They want to get a pick there, and at this point, Polar just gearing up, trying to get a shot. He does connect one onto the scout, but Shamu with the buff, he's just going to be healed up, and his life will remain.
Oh, no way, no way. Okay. Jarrett takes him down. That was almost frag video potential. Surfs it in and had the shot on the medic, but couldn't quite get it before he gets blown to smithereens. So taken down, Polar does. We'll see what he wants to come up on, but first of all, Velocity are going to try to take it in with Showstopper once again through house. Again, thrown way up into the air. We see Kryptonite in the back lines, does try to get aggressive when players aren't looking at him, but finally we do see the recharge being popped out of Monkey as well, and doesn't look like there's going to be too many more frags after Kryptonite went down. Of course, Showstopper able to get out of that as well. So that one pick, the only frag going down this fight. There is still Soldier getting aggressive, but it was Chrissy getting taken down by Shamu. And Pete, the scouts on Velocity doing a lot of work. They've actually managed to create themselves 3 quick frags, 4, 5 onto Monkey Jedi. And that is every single player down on the side of Night Dogs. So Velocity Esports, I mean, that's a bit of a misplay by Night Dogs. They could have just backed off there, but chose to fight it and lost.
Yeah, indecision there from Night Dogs. They didn't totally commit. They didn't back out either. They just hung around in the choke, which is, without a doubt, the worst place you want to be. And Velocity took full advantage of that, sending a soldier in behind, and the combo with Jarrett from the front pushing in, just so much damage. The stickies just landing on all the players on the side of Night Dogs. So Velocity making it look easy there as they're gearing up here to potentially push last. There is going to be some defensive classes on the side of Night Dogs here. Uber up for Bear, and we'll see how Velocity want to take this in.
Yeah, it is big Uber advantage, so they're running in top left, leading on Shamu. Jarrett not far behind either. There is a gun they got to take care of, but getting some quick time on point. Now a soldier's going to get out there and spam him off at Shamu. Going to be the first one to go down. Walks in the sentry gun, in fact. They are going to get the counter frag onto Tony. They're back into 5-on-5 now here. Still only 60% from Monkey Jedi, so not going to have that Uber charge anytime soon in this fight. Big bomb by the soldier, maybe trying to get some frags, but they're all going down on the side of Night Dogs now. They do get the sticky dead. Hedgehog Hero doing everything he can, but it's not going to be quite enough. Velocity Esports take the first round.
Yeah, the soldiers on Velocity did a great job getting aggressive there on the upper right-hand side. When that Uber comes in left, you just know that the Night Dogs, they're going to be relegated to running through spawn. They have to all come out of that one little door. Crypt, Showstopper taking full advantage of it, just huge rocket damage, and that seals the deal. First round here for Velocity Esports, and of course they are the favorites going into this map, but Night Dogs, they won the first mid.
Yes, they did. So they're going to try to repeat that success on this mid fight now. Jarrett here in window trying to spam some stickies down. The players just getting aggressive. Showstopper with a quick bomb, trying to get into the enemy team's house, see what he can get. Got the frag on a Tony, but ends up just being a trade 1-for-1. Uber still fighting on the point as well. Looking for the scout frag, but being healed up by the medic going to be a little bit tough to get there. But from behind, Chrissy's actually getting a lot of damage down. They're going to Kryptonite as well. Uber, great job to be able to get that second frag in this fight. Now there is still a medic and Jarrett alive. Bear trying to get out here. Jarrett not going to be able to survive, and it's just Bear. Well, where even is he? He's a little bit close. I think he was going for that Uber stop, but then maybe thought he could get out. Poor play by the medic as Uber's able to clean him up. So a quick 4K on that mid.
Yeah, great job from Uber there. He just cleans everyone up at the end, and Night Dogs, they're actually 2-0 for mids. They need to convert. They played that mid to 2 transition really poorly last time. Bad positional mistakes and indecision led to their whole team getting wiped, so they don't want to make that same mistake again. But Velocity with a respawns, and actually a sniper on Bats domes Uber. Shamu is usually Pete sniping. He gets one, but he gets traded off by Tony, who's now going to cap that point. Aggression from the side of Night Dogs. They want to take the positioning, and actually, a bit of a mistake from Pete there. He ran through the bat door. I mean, that's a terrible place to fight the Soldier 1v1. Polar taking full advantage of his, just positional advantage, and gets that frag. So now Velocity, they're going to be holding last and massive out on the side of Night Dogs.
Yeah, they're at 100% already. Pete's not going to be up for 2 more seconds. He should be in for this fight, but Tony going to be getting the blunt of this Uber charge. Trying to get some damage down onto the soldier. It is Showstopper, the first player to go down now. At least 5 left alive on the side of Velocity. A scout not really paying attention. Tony's going to be able to try to get this frag, and a scout 1v1. He's out with a pistol, finally getting some help from Uber. Takes him down there, and now jumping across the point. There's a demo man here. Jarrett does hit some nice pipes. Kryptonite as well with a lot of rockets, but there's a lot of time on point. Got to watch out for that. Doesn't matter too much, though, when everybody on your team is dead.
Yeah, these Kryptonite rockets, they're getting a lot of work done on the side of Velocity. He's doing a great job. He's on the last push and the last defense now, 2 of those fights in a row. He's excellent precision from the rockets there. So Night Dogs are going to be holding mid here. Velocity just capping up the Spire, and right now it looks like Showstopper wanting to peek through house maybe, see if they can take this push right now.
Yeah, if they can keep this rolling, that will be the best situation for them. Only 45% on the side of Monkey Jedi, so they're coming lower now. They can force the enemy team out. Ideally, we want Night Dogs to try to force the overcharge out of Bear, but there's really nobody in position to do that at the moment. If they can try to spam some damage down or something, but they're just going to opt to give up the point, not going to contest too hard here. Of course, if they commit and they lose, that would be a disaster. But Velocity, wanting to keep up this aggression, pop the Uber charge off onto second, where there's really no players on Night Dogs. They're all so passive, so a bit of a misplay, but now they're on the medic, so it all works out in the end. Showstopper gets taken down, but a perfect trade for him. No soldiers on the side of Velocity now, as they just cap off that Spire before they're forced off of it. Pete gets a quick pistol frag on a Polar, and now Hedgehog Hero is still fighting on the second point. They should get
Pete's
it
going last, though.
Oh, is he?
Yep,
oh,
Pete is going to last. Oh, and he wins the 1v1. Tony trying to get there in time, but Pete hits the meat end. Down goes Tony, so that is 2-0 for the side of Velocity. Showstopper saving the team there with that bomb onto Monkey. Monkey was so close to the Uber. They did a great job so far. Night Dogs, they're denying these Ubers from the side of Velocity. Showstopper just keeps getting juggled. He can't get the aggression that he wants to. He's just getting shot into the skybox, but still somehow finding a way to clutch that situation out, and 2-0 now.
That's why they call him Sneaky Pete, Marley. Coming into this next fight now, it is 2-0, getting aggressive. Hedgehog Hero down very early. That's no demo man on the side of Night Dogs. Kryptonite as well, trying to get some damage down on this middle point. A couple of bombs. Showstopper in a bit of trouble fighting the scout with a pistol. Uber does manage to get that frag, but Uber probably going to have to trade for that. Shouldn't be living here, but Bear actually with the crossbow does get Chrissy, so looks like the scout is going to be able to survive back off, and Kryptonite's going to be able to cap off that point. And finally, Velocity are going to win a mid.
Yeah, the projectile classes on the side of Velocity, they're just playing too well right now, and that is going to be their first mid. Uber's even here, so back to sort of a classic stalemate situation. Crypt just trying to get some information, playing on top of the big pole there. Uber doing his best to just get up and choke. They want to push Velocity out. Velocity trying to just maybe gain a little information, potentially some positioning. Actually, Soldier Bomb going in right now. That's Crypt. One decent rocket on the Monkey. He's still alive, but firing all his rockets to try to get away is just going to result in his death. So down he goes, and now Night Dogs, they do have an opportunity to push. Just under 18 minutes left on the clock. Christie going to spot out the stickies, but actually pull her down on the flank. That's not good at all, but he was, I'm assuming, just going for a trade play. But due to that long respawn now, Velocity's going to have an opportunity to trade Ubers and see what happens after when the respawn of Crypt comes up.
Yeah, they're going to be just walking it in through here on to second, leading on the scout as well, trying to get aggressive with Shamu, forcing the enemy team to pop their Uber charge off. Chrissy going to be trying to chase these players out, but I think it might just be one of those fights where nobody's going to go down. You can see the players come in, they pop the Uber charge, they get the force, but after that, everybody's all nice and shiny and nobody's taking any damage. So Velocity, maybe they can win this post fight. They just run their scouts in through the choke. There's nobody that can test them on the enemy team. They get Chrissy, they get Polar as well, both taken down. Jarrett doing a lot of damage there with his stickies. Pete does end up dying, and Kryptonite falls for the return frag. So that makes it only 3 left alive on the side of Velocity. They did get a couple of quick frags, but weren't really able to keep that aggression up, and that's going to open things up for Night Dogs as they try to get in on this middle point.
Yeah, Night Dogs, their scouts did such a great job of getting the frags on 2. They're denying that Velocity push. It was such an aggro push, and right now, Scout caught out lower, goes down, Tony with the pick, and actually Soldier still in Show gets 1 frag. He's looking for another one with the shotgun out. He's going to hit some meat shots. He's so close to getting the frag. He does. Down goes Uber, 1v2 on the scouts. Show is showing up for the land right now as Pete, he comes in, gets the pick onto the demo, and disaster for Night Dogs. They turned that push from Velocity into an advantageous situation for themselves. Great play from the scouts getting those pickoffs, but coming into the mid, the respawns on the side of Velocity, just a huge play from Showstopper, puts an end to it all as Velocity now getting aggro. They want to take the Spire. You can see Christie trying to make something happen on the bats, hitting some spam onto the point. Uber almost up for Monkey. Christie's going to get aggressive and try to deny it. Pete taking damage. He's launched into the skybox, and he's going to get out. Velocity with a pick onto Tony, though. This is going to be the end for Night Dogs' attempted stop, too. They're definitely going to have to get out here. And actually, Hedgehog in a potential bad position in main. He is actually going to be able to get out low. Oh, he actually gets the pick on his Show with the sticky pipe combo. Excellent for him. And Uber forced? I'm not sure how that happened.
Yeah, Bear has not taken too much damage, so they're just going to get out here now. Enemy team Overcharge has come out as well. Monkey Jedi has popped this one off, and they're going to try to get some frags, but they are going to lose Chrissy. Pete able to sneak in and find that frag, so great job by him. Uber as well getting taken down, so this is actually working in favor of Velocity. Now they're 2 up on the side of, well, Chrissy and Uber both going down. It's going to be tough to really break into this last point, but they're going to be able to walk in this right-hand side. 3 seconds still on Chrissy's respawn, so she could be getting in here pretty quickly here. Looks like Showstopper is going to get taken down by Tony. There's these sticks on the point the whole time. Hedgehog Hero finally deaths and takes down Kryptonite. That's going to allow Pete to get on the point, but a couple players drop down for him, and they are going to find that frag. So that leaves just Jarrett and Bear left alive, and Bear might be in a bit of trouble. Wins the 1v1 against Tony with that crossbow. It looks like he's going to be able to get out after that, reconnecting with Jarrett on Grace. So good escape by Bear, but poor last push in the end by them.
Yeah, Night Dogs somehow just grasping on to what little potential they have to win these fights left, but making it happen. And that last one looked so dire for them. Crip trying to defend the Spire. He's going to go down to the Polar Rockets, and now Velocity, they're still in choke, but they want to get out of there, and they're going to be able to. Scouts just running out of the choke there, and now one-man advantage on the side of Night Dogs. Uber is just about to come up for Bear, so it is going to be even, 100 and 100. With Crypt respawning so soon, Night Dogs are aware of it. They're just going to bide their time and wait for the Velocity play. Pete maybe going to do something? No, he's going to just remain on the scout for now, and at this point we can expect a Velocity Soldier is likely going to bomb in. Less than 15 minutes left on the clock. Night Dogs down 2 rounds, still a lot of time on the board. They've had some decent fights, but small mistakes that can be shown by really this team's lack of experience. I mean, they're doing great despite the lack of experience, but in the moments where it does show, it's been catastrophic, and that's something that they're going to have to really fix. Some simple issues they're having. Like on that last push, just an overextension when the Ubers were forced on last, but somehow they managed to hold on. They're great DMers on this team, as Pete does go for the play here. A play we could kind of expect to happen at some point. Tony's going to clean up that frag, and now Night Dogs, they want to push.
Yes, they are coming in through house already. They're just going to run in Uber and let that player sack in. So don't want to pop the Uber charge off. I'm not going to commit on that, but we'll see what these 2 scouts want to come up on off class. I assume Pete's going to hit that random key and see what he gets. Uber may be going for something a little more standard, but Pete actually getting the luck of the draw, it seems, choosing to play it safe here. So Uber, on the other hand, is, well, much the same. So no off classes on either side now, as people are still deciding on that in spawn. So now we see some classes on the field as people are deciding what to do here. Interesting that it's Night Dogs who are pulling this.
Yeah, you're actually starting to see this more and more in the current meta, people on the defense going for plays like this. But in the meanwhile, Crypt gets a pick, so this is actually going to really put the pressure on Uber to make something happen. Christy does get 1 pick, and Uber, oh my gosh, he gets annihilated by Jarrett. So he's going to be meeting the respawn screens. Velocity want to walk through choke here. Players on the side of Night Dogs not really in a position to contest. They are down 2, and Polar going to claim 1 frag onto overly aggressive Pete, but now just holding last. Not much else they can do.
Yeah, Velocity, I mean, at this point they're 2 up. There's 12.5 minutes to go, and they're about to push last. They should have a pretty good opportunity to get in here. I mean, it's going to be about 50% when they choose to pop it, so they could wait for Pete to show up. They don't really have to rush it, and here they go. Are getting kind of juggled in that area as they have to come in now. Shamu going to try to get some time on point after clearing some of these stickies, but Chrissy in the respawn as well, trying to pressure them, trying to get them out here, but still not a whole lot of time on point, not a whole lot of frags either. Shamu went down, Kryptonite going down as well, and we can see up on this top left, the aggression from the blue team. Night Dogs doing so well, and Hedgehog Hero is going off right now, getting on a 5 kill streak at the moment. 3 players down for the side of Velocity, so they have to back off, and excellent defense on the side of the Night Dogs.
Yeah, Hedgehog proving to be a legitimate threat on the demo here. He's going to be pushing out as Christy getting the time on the point. Velocity, looks like they want to stay in. Arrows coming in from Bear, and Scout trying to contest. But actually, there's a back cap in the meanwhile. Christy trying to stop this point. The Velocity players are on it, but Tony defending last. The back cap isn't going to go off, but they actually managed to defend the point. So Shamu does end up going down to Polar. And at this point, Night Dogs, it looks like they maybe want to push, but pushing out of Badlands last has never been easy and never will be. So they're going to just end up going back and waiting for those respawns in a position to defend. Both teams about to have this 100% Uber. Bear just building up the remaining percentage, and Velocity still control of the Spire. Cap time on both points for both teams. Night Dogs, they want to get aggressive, though. Of course, the time is on their side. Uber's actually coming out in trash. They need to force Bear, though. This could be disastrous for them. Pushing out of Badlands last can often end in a round loss. Shamu gets the pick on a Christie. Uber just trying to stay alive on the Spire. Pressure in it last. Crypt getting picks. Shamu with the picks as well. The players of Night Dogs just spread thin across the map, and look at this, the remaining 2, Medic dead without heals, having to defend last against essentially the entire Velocity squad.
This doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why you would push out there. It didn't go well for them at all. Stickies get dead by Hedgehog Hero, and they shotgun down by Showstopper. So that's going to be 3-0 for Velocity Esports, taking it with 10.5 minutes remaining.
That's just what can happen sometimes when you have to push out of last on Badlands. The caveat being, they didn't have to push out of last
exactly.
there. Pushing out of Badlands last, it can often end in disaster, as it just did there. It's so hard to watch all the areas for the back caps, and they just weren't able to do it. Pressure in behind, pressure on the Spire, Uber forced early, just everything went wrong.
Next mid-fight going to be important for Night Dogs. They've done well so far, but couldn't win the last one. So this one, they want to try to get back on their feet. Scout throwing up in the air. Jarrett needs to be able to hit some pipes here, but Pete and Shamu there to back him up. Finally does get taken down. Actually eats one from Hedgehog Hero. Going to be denying this soldier who's bombing forward, but I don't think it's going to matter. Kryptonite doing a great job getting aggressive there. Showstopper hunting for this medic steal. Finds it almost perfectly, but kills himself. Kryptonite going to be able to clean that up in the end. And it's just one Demo Man still fighting here with the pan out, but not going to be successful. Shamu pisses him down on 3K.
Yeah, he does hit one shot with the pan, but unfortunately, no random crits. So Shamu's going to get that pick as Velocity now trying to get control of Spire early as these respawns are still on the wait for Night Dogs. Going to try to mix it up here. Polar, the man to try to make the plays happen on their side as Velocity, massive uber rad. Monkey Jedi just starting to build up now. Defensive classes coming out. Night Dogs in a very sticky situation here, down 3 rounds, 9 minutes left on the clock. They're going to have to defend this last, and then they're going to have to start rolling. They're going to have to get aggressive. The chemistry is going to have to build quickly. They're going to have to make better team decisions here. It's looking dire, but they're not out of it yet.
Yeah, Polar decided he's not going to like that sniper opportunity, so switching back to his main class. There still is that sentry gun they got to watch out for as they pop in on this left-hand side, going to try to take down early. Jarrett does get it with the stickies. Now he's got to focus these players on the top right, dealing some damage down to them with some stickies. Again, though, they are going to lose Showstopper in a trade for Chrissy, so that's one down on each side. Polar still getting taken down as well. A lot of fighting on this ground area. This is looking bad for the defenders. Uber gets taken down. That leaves just Hedgehog and Monkey, and I mean, Velocity are all still up except for Showstopper, and they're just getting all of the frags they need to. Pete, excellent job with the 4K there on that last.
Yeah, just methodical push from Velocity, an excellent job of just wearing down the Night Dogs' HP. They were just caught on that upper right-hand side. And Velocity, they had no problem just taking it slow and guaranteeing the win. They could have rushed it, and that would have opened up maybe potential for Hedgehog to hit a couple pipes, and that could have changed that whole situation. So methodical and great gameplay from Velocity, able to claim their 4th round.
What started off as a pretty close game has kind of turned into a bit of a roll for Velocity Esports. I mean, 4-0 now, and this mid starting off with a lot of damage coming down on both teams, actually. Hedgehog Hero, the first one to go down on the side of Night Dogs, but they've gotten quite a few of their own, and this could be one of their mids that, again, they do really well on. Follow up on Shamu, so the Scouts doing a great job for their team. It leaves just Bear alive, and he's all the way back. He's not going to get taken down at this point with still over 100 HP, but, I mean, this is the mids that Night Dogs, if they had kept having, and if they were able to follow up on them, they might have been able to win this game.
Yeah, another great mid from Night Dogs. I mean, doing an excellent job, but just not, their Spire play is just not at that same level. But they are going to be able to cap Spire because they had such a decisive mid, so they are in position to at least try to send someone in, get the force out at last from Bear. He's just going to be posted up on that right-hand side, the standard position for the combo. They're actually just going to go for the trade. That's Christy in. Both Ubers pop. Christy so dangerously low, though. Time on the point. So much time. Tony's going to go down as well, and now the Uber running out on the side of Night Dogs. They're trying to get out bats. Damage coming in from Hedgehog, but he might get caught out here from the Shamu aggression. He does. So now Night Dogs in a dangerous position. Velocity going to try to repush, but actually potentially for Night Dogs, if they could maybe get the back cap, make something happen, they could take this round. Crypt going to get the pick onto the medic, though. That's huge from him. Soldier fighting under Gray. They caught him out. Crypt just cleaning everyone up, playing so well throughout this entire map, claiming so many frags and Velocity. They do get that Spire, and now dangerous situation again for the Dogs.
You know, if we reround the clock, that still wasn't the right pronunciation. If we went back 30 seconds in this game, I was almost going to say, you know, Night Dogs aren't out of it. There were still 8 minutes on the clock. Night Dogs were pushing last, and if they've been able to get that one, I mean, it would have been a really good opportunity. 8 minutes is not a lot of time for 4 rounds, but it's also not impossible. And so it would have been really nice to see them come back and get a couple of rounds, but Velocity Esports at this point, I mean, they hold on to the mid. That last push was just so scatter on the side of Night Dogs, and ooh, that's going to be a bit of a silly trade. Kryptonite for Polar. Kryptonite tried to get back into that, or one of them tried to get back in the respawn cabinet, but not quite able to happen. And Uber taken down as well by Showstopper at this point, just getting capped off. Shamu leading the supercharge on the left-hand side. Going to be trying to force some players back on the spawn, get some frags if they can. Not a whole lot of sticks on point, but they're dead on the Ubered scout. Shamu's going to safely fall right back down. Showstopper going to get frag at a Hedgehog hero. And a couple of players left alive, still trying to defend with their best. They've gotten 2 quick frags, and Tony's in on Bear, but I mean, this is going to be a little bit tougher. There's still some scouts here to defend from Bear. They get the frag on a Pete, so this is going to be a successful defense on the side of Night Dogs. Only 3 left alive, but at this point, 5.5 minutes. It's going to be very tough for them to try to push all the way back. Good side for them is they do have 100% Uber charge, and they could roll that through a couple of points unless Showstopper can do something here.
Yeah, they're going to have to do a much better job than they have in the past taking the Spire, and you can actually see right now Showstopper going for a play.
There he goes.
Does take out Christie. Christie actually able to get a frag on a Crypt as Uber making it happen on the Spire. He's trying to get that cap off, but these Velocity players are so aggressive. Hedgehog right in on Jarrett. He's going to press him out with the spam, actually getting so dangerously low, just barely staying alive. And Night Dogs, though, they're not getting the cap time, which they really desperately need, as Showstopper still on the prowl here, but he does get spotted out. He's just going to be playing on the Spire and biding his time. This is the genius of Showstopper at work, and Night Dogs, they are going to finally get the cap here, but throughout that entire fight, it just lasted so long that Bear was able to get his Uber. So Night Dogs in a tough situation again here where the clock is going to get ground down. It looks like they do want to push flank here as Showstopper. What can he do?
Yeah, they still know. I mean, Showstopper already got 1 stab, and they're constantly setting their scout back, so they are going to get that as much as Showstopper getting a frag there would have been hype. But not going to happen now. Shamu manages to save off the bombing soldier, and they pop the Uber charge off. Monkey Jedi does, but already Bear has his, so he's able to pop in kind. And a lot of frags have gone down in this, and Monkey Jedi's a little left alone. I mean, most of his team are dead. Chrissy thrown way up into the air. He's going to end up cratering, and Bear gets credit for that frag. I think he hit him with an arrow midair then. But that leaves just Monkey Jedi alive after that fight, and having a real tough time if he's going to get through all these players. He did hit an Ubersaw there, I think, but Shamu's still able to clean up on that. He's currently on a 4K, so he's doing great job so far in this round. 3:44 remaining, and Velocity are capping the 2nd point, so they're going to be looking to get into last with a pretty sizable Uber advantage.
Yeah, Velocity in position here to make it a clean 5-0. Showstopper, he's going to probably end up taking this Uber into last. You can see Night Dogs are switching it up, trying to go for some sort of, you know, inspired last defense here at the last second to just hold on and keep it from being a 5-0. It's going to be tough for them. I mean, there's no way they can get 4 rounds in this time period, but they cannot lose 5-0, and they could potentially take like 2 rounds. So a valiant effort here from Night Dogs trying to defend this last once more. Bear about to get this Uber, and the push is going to come in.
Yeah, good couple of off classes here. They're going to take it in top right. Not something we see too often. Showstopper just sort of staring at the Pyro for a while there before finally backing off. Shamu gets the first frag onto Polar, and Tony gets his revenge in that Showstopper 1v1. There is still a player in the point that is Hedgehog Hero who's going to finally drop down, but not quite all the way. So he's just going to be staring at Jared up there as well, finally dropping down. There's a scout behind, and Tony's not done yet either, just running forward with this flamethrower, trying to get the Sam down onto Jarrett. He might be able to get that frag, or at least ward the Demo Man player off. He's going to die to Afterburn. Yes, he is. Tony's going to get credit for that frag. And I didn't see when Chrissy went down, but I don't think she got anything crazy on Spy.
Yeah, Night Dogs managing to just barely hold on again. The Hedgehog Hero in the tube is actually working, but Velocity just run out of the point with a fire of their own. Showstopper reflecting, but it doesn't work. Tony W, M1, a classic combo. Name a more iconic duo as the Velocity combo goes down. Christy trying to push it out here. Potential Night Dogs, they could cap 2. They could still get around.
They definitely could. I mean, 2 minutes is all the time in the world if Tony keeps playing like the Pyro main he is. He's done a lot of work so far, and that's kind of what we were talking about when we said we see a lot of Pyro. Showstopper as well wants a little bit in on this action. That was actually a nice flare that he landed onto Chrissy, so great job by him there. We did see Tony swapped off back on the scout as they're trying to push out onto mid now. But Showstopper's still going at it. Hit a pretty nice reflect. Got some damage down off of him, and he is going to get taken down, and Pete follows that up with another death. So not quite successful, and they're running some scouts still in through house. They're going to find the crab and a frag on a Kryptonite. Uber gets taken down by some stickies from Jared, but still, I mean, this should be an easy push into the middle point for the Night Dogs. They got a minute 18 on the point. They can make this happen, Mela.
Yeah, I gotta say, despite the scoreline and everything, the scouts over on the side of Night Dogs are really impressing me. I think Uber, as I said, he's an upcoming player, but maybe just a burgeoning as an upcoming player. So one step below upcoming, but he definitely has a lot of potential, and he's doing a great job showing it here. I mean, playing at LAN and playing this well versus a tenured team like Velocity is very impressive. So well played by him, well played by Tony as well. Night Dogs, 50 seconds left. They could still get around. They could still get one round here, Corn Pop.
Yeah, it is even Uber charges. They don't really have any sort of advantage, but Showstopper going down could make things a little bit easier. And Bear's going to drop it. Hedgehog Hero hits him with a pipe, so excellent job by him, the demo man. And still Tony's going pretty huge here as well. Jarrett and Pete both get taken down by him. And now, I mean, Velocity are totally scattered, got totally caught off guard by that play. Only 25 seconds left on the clock, and they still haven't capped this second point. Chrissy's going to find that frag onto Shamu, so good job by the Soldier, but still, they got to make it onto last. It's going to be a race against the clock, 15 seconds still up on that. And Monkey Jedi went down as well, so they're not going to have any heals trying to get it on this last point. Yeah,
many stickies on this last point. 7 seconds left. They're going to rush on it, but Jarrett with all the stickies and the sentry is already up. Velocity will not allow Night Dogs the glory of claiming around. So that is going to be that. Velocity take it 4-0, just about the score line we would have expected in a game like this. But, you know, well played on the behalf of Night Dogs. They're doing well so far. It's possible they could make it into the invite group stage really relatively, aside from Hedgehog Hero, players unknown, I think. I feel like, you know, most of the public has a tough time recognizing anyone on that team. I mean,